What is up, guys? This is Youngling Jr. So, in the news, you got former President Donald Trump and his Mar-a-lago home. His mansion was actually raided in Florida, and this happened over Monday. So, due to just a quick take on it, right? The National Archives recovered 15 boxes of materials from former President Donald Trump's time in office. Now, according to Tom Fitton, who was the president of Judicial Watch, claimed that the law allowed Trump to take documents when he left the White House, but a former president isn't allowed to take possession of official records, which Trump has said these are. Now, here's the full story. I said the National Archives and Records Administration, the NARA, retrieved 15 boxes of records from former President Donald Trump's Mar-a-Lago residence in January. Okay, this is according to NARA, and they confirmed some of the other records that the NARA had received earlier from the Trump administration had been torn up by the former president, and in some cases, they were taken back together by records management officials at the White House, according to the NARA statement issued on January 31st. Now, for example, Tom Fitton, president of the conservative nonprofit Judicial Watch, wrote on Twitter, fact check, the left media is being dishonest about the Trump records issue. A president has discretion on what documents to retain as presidential records while in office. So the law allows Trump to tear up documents, shred them, and take documents when he left the office. And of course, other people, other Twitter users, they copy and pasted the claims, said Fitton posted a screenshot of his tweet on Facebook. But experts told us that Fitton's claim is best very misleading and is false. Now, we can do it back in history, right? So the Presidential Records Act, the PRA, it was passed back in 1978, and that was after, I believe, former President Richard Nixon, he sought to destroy recordings from the Watergate scandal, right? And it documented activities during that. David S. Ferriero, who was archivist of the United States at the time, was charged with the NARA and explained the 2017 publication. So basically, when the president leaves office, the archivist takes custody of the records from that administration and is responsible for their preservation and for providing access to the public, according to a Congressional Research Service report. So the presidential records requires that all records created by presidents be turned over to the National Archives at the end of their administrations. Now, president has no legal right to tear up, shred, or otherwise dispose of copies of records that creates or receives while in office. According to Brennan he noted that the PRA allows a sitting president to dispose of official records, and the President Records Act is supposed to, maintain maintenance of these type of documents here. So Barron also said that the president doesn't have the right to decipher himself. He's going to take boxes containing presidential records, aka classified material, into their own residence after he leaves office. And that's when they actually compel the judge to go ahead and seek a arrest warrant, or a search warrant. I'm sorry, not arrest warrant, but a search warrant on former President Donald Trump's home. And I know a lot of Trump supporters, they were kind of angry about this. I mean, even some, took a little bit farther to go ahead and protest. And, it wasn't, they were kind of angry, but at the same time, it was pretty peaceful. Nobody got hurt, but they was just expressing their thoughts. It was like, wait a minute, you mean to tell me that, going ahead and, it's not legally for our government to go ahead and just search this man's home because of this so-called classified material. So, a lot of people's kind of upset about this, though, man. But I'm just reading this here in this article, what I received here from the President Records Act, man. Like I said, dated back in 1978, but it said, hey, it was illegal for any former president to go ahead and obtain these type of records. They can't tear it up, they can't dispose copies of it, and he had 15 boxes of these classified materials here. But hey, man, it's kind of crazy because when I heard about this all over the news, I'm like, man, this is really crazy. I never heard of something like this. I think it's the first former president in United States history for the FBI to actually raid his home. Now, they actually strategically did this because, he was in New York. I believe he was attending Ivana's funeral at the time. This is like July 20th. So, they kind of knew that he was gone. And even then, too, because the FBI didn't want any type of altercation with Donald Trump, because it would be kind of awkward. It would be like a political hot potato. They had to detain him. Donald Trump would have made so many. It would have been bad, So the FBI was like, we're going to do this smooth, even though this is all going to be over the news, but we got to make our job smooth as possible. It's already going to get all over the news. It's going to be national coverage and media, but we're going to get these 15 boxes and take it back to the White House. Now, I'm going to read further. It said Trump issued a statement on February 10th saying that some of the materials would eventually be displayed in his presidential library. It was a great honor to work with NARA to help formally preserve Trump's legacy, the statement said. So, given Trump's acknowledgement that the materials were designated as presidential records under the PRA, it would appear to be a violation to leave office with them. Bottom line, McClanahan said if Trump believed these were presidential records, he couldn't freely take them with him, as Fitton said. If he didn't believe they were presidential records, then they wouldn't go in his presidential library, as Trump claimed. So either Fitton or Trump can be speaking truthfully, but not both. McClanahan also noted that Fenton wasn't specific about which law he was talking about. The destruction of presidential records could be a violation of 2 other federal laws. Wow, okay, that protects records and other government property. Wow. A little bit further, it said the NRA. Let me see. The NARA pursues the return of records whenever we learn that the records have been improperly removed or have not been inappropriate transferred to official accounts. NARA lastly had worked with representatives for Trump over the course of 2021 to find records that had been transferred, according to a statement from the administration. In December, one of those representatives identified the recently recovered boxes, and NARA arranged for them to be securely transferred to Washington, the statement says. Wow. Yeah, man, it's a big thing. It's a big deal. So I wonder what's going to be Donald Trump's next move on this. I mean, to combat this, I know he's kind of really angry about this. He like, hey, the FBI just, had search warrant and they just pretty much raided my home with these boxes here. But I got to see, man. I just really find it kind of interesting, man, actually doing the factcheck.org and just learning a little bit more information on here. I'm not, like I said, I'm very neutral about this. I don't hate Trump. I don't, love him. I'm just neutral about it. It is what it is. I just felt like this was kind of like good media coverage here. But until more information come out, if I get any more additional information, I'll go ahead and make a video about it. But yeah, man, that's really interesting, man. I kind of learned a little bit more information about the Presidential Records Act. It's passed since 78, like I said, due to the Watergate scandal, because, before Richard Nixon, besides be removed from office due to that in 1978, man, trying to destroy the recordings. So the president's only limited to do certain things, I kind of figured they couldn't take certain materials and documents and things of that nature of their own use anyway, because, it's highly classified in so many levels. But we'll see, man. But y'all tell me what y'all think, man. I'm pretty sure, I don't know if people's into politics like that. I'm really not, but if it's something that's a little bit newsworthy, I'll talk about it. So please be respectful in the comment sections. If you are a Trump supporter, it's cool. If you're not, it's okay too. So I just want your thoughts on it. Like, comment, subscribe, share this video. If you got any other articles or anything, information about this, just let me know. This your boy, Yelling Jr. I'm out. Deuces.